Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Purnamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharini Nirvisesha Paschatya Deshatharini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for our morning session. We continue our discussion. In this chapter, we'll just read the translations to get idea what is happening. Here, recalling the words of Lord Vishnu, the merciful sage Kardama replied as follows to Swayambhu Manu's praiseworthy daughter Devahuti, who was speaking words full of renunciation. The sage said, "Do not be disappointed with yourself, O princess. You are actually praiseworthy. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead will shortly enter in your womb as your son. You have undergone and you have undertaken sacred vows. God will bless you. Hence, you should worship the Lord with great faith. Through sensory control, religious observances, austerities, and gifts of your money in charity." So here we saw how what are the ways to worship the Lord? So most important is to achieve the mercy of Lord, one must be restrained in sense gratification and must follow the rules and regulations of religious principles. These are the two must that should be performed in order to receive mercy of the Lord. Right? And without austere penance and without sacrifice one's riches, one cannot achieve the mercy of Lord. One has to sacrifice riches. Good opportunity, Janmashtami is coming, we can give donations. And without austerity and penance. The Kardamani advice is that you have to actually engage in devotional service with austerity and penance, following the religious principles and giving charity. The Supreme Lord will be pleased with you and he will come as your son. So this is what, and it is very much possible if you want Lord to come to our house in the form of deities, he want to appear. So these are the things we should do at house. We should perform austerities and we should perform some penances and sacrifice one's riches also. This, these are the advice that Prabhupada is giving us. The instructions are very clear. If you want Lord appear in your house, you have to pay the price. Nothing is free in this world. Right. And Kardamani said, the personality of God being worshipped by you will spread my name and fame. He will vanquish the knot of your heart by becoming your son and teaching knowledge of Brahman. Now, by Devati worshipping, first is Kardamani anyway is not free, is becoming famous. But for Devati, there are still some knots. For her, Lord is going to remove the knots. That is actually the greatest blessing we all need. We want the knots in the heart to be removed. Problem is we think that is a pleasure for me. We don't want the knots to be removed. That's why we don't pray for it. When Kunti Maharani is praying that Dhridam Pandishu Vrishnishu, she says that shiver my knots towards Pandus and Vrishnis. She really mean it. She knows that that is what is holding me here. Of course, she is speaking, that is Leela, but still, the knots are our desire to have it. I don't want to be detached from my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my whatever. Of course, people want to be detached from in-laws. That is a different case. But in general, they are attached. And they feel that is actually the pleasure. And here, if you want blessings of Lord, real mercy is not how much property Lord gave us, how much facilities He is giving us, how much good health He is giving us, how much He is able helping us to enjoy in this world. That is not real mercy. Here, after doing so much, what is the expectations? What Lord should do? What is His mercies? His mercies, He should vanquish the knot of our heart and give transcendental knowledge. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenama upayantite. Teshan evan kampartam aham ajnana tapaha nashayami atma bhavastu jnana deepena bhasvata. What is needed is to gain the knowledge in the heart. That is what is needed. And that is a real blessing. Real blessing is not how much he is giving. Real blessing is how much, oh, by mercy of Lord, I got a son. Yes, that is blessing. And further blessing is because of the mercy of Lord, I am able to detach myself from the family. That is the real blessing. Here, that's what is Kardama is telling Devati. The knots will be cut. And Prabhupada writes very nice purport on this. He says that no one, therefore, his father, by his inconceivable energy, he accepts some of his duty. Yeah, here. Matter and spirit are knotted by false ego. That is the main problem for all of us. This identification of oneself with matter, which is called Hridaya Grandhi, exists for all conditions and it becomes more and more tightened when there is too much affection for sex life. The explanation was given by Lord Rishabha to his sons that this vital world is an atmosphere of attraction between male and female. This that attraction takes the shape of a knot in the heart, and by metal affection, it becomes still more tightened. This is what is happening. So, real mercy we are receiving from the Lord is this only. We have to tell Lord, sever my attachment. And the knots are because of this. We are enjoying, we are tightening the knots. More affection, more attachment, more tightening the knot. For people who anchor after material position, society, friendship, and love, this knot of affection becomes very strong. If I still want, oh, more and more my relatives, more and more my friends, I have seen also in some of my relatives, they have such a great attachment for this. The hanker for material positions is anyway there. That is so common. Society, friendship, love, so much there. It is tightening their knots. They are not understanding that they are getting bound. They thinking I am getting more pleasure in it. But that is the cause of pain. It is only by Brahma Bhavana, the instruction by which the spiritual knowledge is enhanced, that the knot in the heart is cut to pieces. There is no other way to cut, only with the spiritual knowledge. Now, what is the problem? Why the knots are not cut? There are two important things here. One is the people who hear this instruction, they hear in terms of as a student or as a guru. That means if I am hearing the instructions so that I can repeat to others, then I am in a mood of a guru. I still want to enjoy these instructions. But if I am hearing these instructions as a student, then I am going to get real benefit. That is the difference. We are hearing, problem is people hear spiritual instructions, but the mood is not of a student. The mood is of a guru. I will repeat it to others. That means still there is an exploitative mentality. That's why these instructions don't penetrate deeper. If we properly hear as a student, then the instructions goes inside. That is the main difference. Then everywhere we can see the instructions of our spiritual master if we are in a mood of a student. Everywhere we can see the instructions. If we are mood of a teacher, that means an exploitative mentality. That means, okay, I'll hear nicely so that in future, it's not a temporary role. Student is not a temporary role for it. It's a permanent role. So there is a comment in the chat box. But the love here in metal world is just a way of adjustment, not real affection and love. Then also one want to be here only. Yeah, that is the power of Maya. We don't know alternative. That is the problem. We feel if I remove that, what will be there here? I am afraid of that vacuum. Like one of my friend, he just asked, his son asked, okay, what is liberation? He said, just you go and you everything is finished and nothing remains. Everything is zero. That's what his understanding is. No, no material things, nothing. You go into a light and you just remain there. Then the son, it is boring. I don't want. I want to be here only because they are afraid of that vacuum. If I remove this knot, what will be there? If there is no smartphone in my hand, how can I survive? Means they're afraid of that vacuum because they are getting some pleasure in it. But if I say no, just give up that, then say what next alternative? Because I don't have alternative. This is a very difficult situation. We didn't had spiritual experience also, and we are told to give up material experience. So in between state is very tough state. The Nishta stage is where it is not, you didn't get also, and you are still in the beginning. You're supposed to remove this, and you didn't get the highest thing. So what to do in between? So this is the problem for most of us. And here, when we are hearing the instructions, I told the point, we are here as a guru, then there is still an exploitative mentality. Then we will not be able to get this not free from our heart. But if we hear as a disciple, then the knot will go very fast from the heart. That means we are a disciple, we hear, then the instructions which Guru is giving, everywhere we can see the instructions. Everything will teach us instructions of Guru because we are in a mood of student. We want to learn. If we want to teach others, then when I am hearing, I want to teach. Okay, what are the points in the class? Okay, go and repeat. We will not be able to understand what is told only. And that means there is still that this Ishvara Bhava, the mentality to lord over matter nature is still existing. We should give up that mentality to get free from the knots in the heart. We don't want to instruct. A student is not a temporary post. It's a permanent post for us to be a student. We always remain a student. And then what happens is that is the advantage, somebody who is in a student form, they are always learning. That is advantage. And here the instruction by which spiritual knowledge is enhanced, that the knot in the heart is cut to pieces. That's all. More and more knowledge, more and more I am student. Every instruction of Prabhupada is going to cut the knot in my heart. No material weapon is need to cut this knot, but it requires bona fide spiritual instructions. That means I should be bona fide student also. Kardamani instructed his wife Devahuti when the Lord would appear as her son and disseminate spiritual knowledge to cut the knot of material identification. That's it. All the trouble is identification because I have no alternative. I am identifying with this. That is the reason we need a spiritual master, and strong attachment to spiritual master is also must. And then Sri Maitreya said Devahuti was fully faithful and respectful towards the direction of her husband. Kardama, who was one of the Prajapatis or generators of human being in the universe, O great says, she thus began to worship the Master of Universe, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart. So this we have. And then after many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudana, the killer of Devan Madhu, having entered the semen of Kardama, appeared in Devahuti just as fire comes from the wood in sacrifice. So it took many, many years again after that. He didn't leave immediately. Now Kardamani did not think, wow, chalo, now I got one more reason to stay at home. No, he is completely detached and he is doing it as a service to Supreme Lord. It is very difficult to even conceive of. Like as soon as you create something, there is a entitled, then we feel I created it. I immediately become attached. If I make a house, I earn money, I made a house. What will happen? I'll be attached to the house. It's natural. I have my children because I created the children. I'm attached to children. Anything we create, there is always this Ishwara Bhava. प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वश अहंकार विमूढ़ आत्मा कर्ता हमिति मन्यते. Only if a person is free from this ahankara, then only he can understand it's actually prakriti doing. I have nothing to do with it. I cannot take credit for it. Here, Kardamani also understands. He is seeing the interactions of three modes of material nature. He is seeing how this mode of passion is working, how goodness is working, and is aloof from it. That is the reason it is possible for him being in that such a wonderful environment. He only created that aerial mansion. He had 9 daughters. They must be very affectionate to their father. How can you cut the affection of children where so much dependent, so much loving, caring? They are not ordinary daughters. They become the wife of all the great sages. That means they are very qualified. And if anybody has some daughter who is winning a Olympic gold medal, all the fathers will be attached to the children very much. They say, this girl gave me such great name and fame. Because the reporters will come to the father and say, oh, you have such a powerful daughter, this, that. And he will be very proud. If she is if she is now top 10 in the world, all the sages are the not top in the world, they are the top people of the universe, and they are married to this top people, then obviously father will be attached. But Kardamani is not affected. Can you imagine what a powerful sage he must be? That's why Supreme Lord chose him as his father. He's really a well qualified person. And any little bit, if we have any good son, good daughter, or anybody, even siblings, very good, there is automatically an attachment. You say, like, ha, mera admi, this is my person. But here, Kardamuni is not affected. And even the Supreme Lord is going to come also. He could have stayed at home. That is a different reason. But here we'll see. And then at the time of his descent, so here we have very nice, elaborate discuss that Lord entering the seaman. It's not something very, what do you say, mm, it's not very wrong because they have this fear. But how come Lord enter into something dirty? The act itself is not very great. It looks very odd, and how Lord is entering like that. So then we discussed about the story, Ashnaviram Shuddham Apapavidham. Lord is never get contaminated. Where he is, the thing that where Lord is, it is purified. Lord is even present in stool also, but we discussed that story yesterday. That was the point. Now here we see that the Lord, he appeared in the, means this is also a method where Lord is appearing. So the seaman, he entered into the womb of Devahuti, womb of Kardamuni, he entered into the womb of Devahuti and he appeared. That is, but still Lord is pure only. He is not getting contaminated. That should be very clear for us. And it is not any trouble. Like till seventh month, na, consciousness does not come to the living entity no. 6 month, 7 month, he comes to consciousness. Till then, it's just lump. It's in a coma state only in one way we can say a lump of flesh, but the soul is there. The flesh is growing, but it is not conscious. Consciousness after 6, 7 months it comes. So the last 2 months are really troublesome. When the consciousness comes, then we suffer more. 2 months we pray to the Lord. Okay, I'll come. I'll become your devotee. Till the time that is not. But it is not in the case of Supreme Lord. He's consciously entering into Kardhamuni, consciously entering into Devahuti, and then everything is there. So it is not a trouble for him. At the time of his descent on earth, demigods in the form of raining clouds sounded musical instrument in the sky. The celestial musicians, the Gandharvas, sang the glories of the Lord, while celestial dancing girls, known as Apsaras, danced in joyful ecstasy. So this is actually what happened when the Lord appeared. At the time of Lord's appearance, the demigods flying freely in sky, showered flowers, all the directions, all the waters, and everyone's mind became very satisfied. What happens is everything gets purified in that area as soon as Lord appears. The vibrations are very pure. Because everything is pure, mind becomes pure. Our happiness na, is proportionate how much our mind is clean and pure. And mind is clean and pure because whatever enters into mind should be neat and clean. They should be pure. Ahara Shuddha, Sattva Shuddha. Sattva Shuddha, Dhruva Smriti. Sitir Lamda, Sarva Karanti Vipramokshada. That is the formula. When we eat, if everything is clean, water is clean, air is clean, food is clean, and the vibrations, the sound that is coming is clean, then only mind is clean and we are happy. But now presently what? Air is polluted, so much pollution, and then water is polluted. We if it is the water which is deep frozen, if we keep in refrigerator and drink the water, it is unclean water. And all the bottled water, that means whatever the liquids and all, but we take cool drinks and all, it is all contaminated. It's tamoguna. The water is not good, not pure. And then there is water is not pure. Food is not pure anyway because so many pesticides and you do in a mechanical way. The food is produced in a mechanical way. When we eat the food, we also become mechanical. Mechanical in the sense we deal with people in a mechanical way. We don't deal that person as a person because the food we eat is mechanical. If you make with machines, when we eat, we deal people like machine only. Okay, he's profitable, he's not profitable. Throw him out. A deal in a the personal relation don't establish. And food, and more important, sound is polluted. This is very dangerous. It is more subtle, more dangerous. Sound is polluted. Why it is polluted? Because of the music, not just sound and horns and all. More polluted because of the vibrations, movies and internet, this, that is a pollution of sound. That vibrations are there going on. And now Ganpati comes, they keep all this music and all. They pollute in a gross way also, subtle way also. Subtly anyway it is polluted. If you go to temple, even if everything is nothing is there, it's the sound itself that has created that vibration has an effect. And if you go to some hotel or anything, the vibrations are very bad because something else happened there. That is the difference. So now, but when Supreme Lord appears, now all the elements get purified. Earth, water, fire, air, everything is purified. That is the reason if somebody stays in the temple also, it is very soothing. And here actually that's what happened. When Lord appears, everything he purified. And then what happened when Lord appeared? Brahma, the firstborn living entity, went along with Marichi and other sages to the place of Kardama's hermitage, which was surrounded by river Saraswati. And then Maitreya says that, a killer of enemy, the unborn Lord Brahma, who is almost independent in acquiring knowledge, could understand that the portion of the personality of Godhead in his quality of pure existence has appeared in the womb of Devati just to explain the complete state of knowledge known as Samkhya Yoga. Now, Brahma understood that this is Supreme Lord who appeared. He got an indication. He directly comes to the hermitage of Kardamuni and where Devati is staying. And that time, na, relationship are not, they're little different. They're not like now. Now it is strict because Manu made these rules for us. But before that, it was allowed. Like Kardamuni and Swayambhu Munu are brothers in one way because both are sons of Brahma only. But he's marrying brother's daughter, which is not allowed now. But that time it is different. So we need not bother about it. But here, um, Kardamuni, he is is meeting Brahma and everybody are coming here. And after worshipping the Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and pure heart for his intended activity as an incarnation, Brahma spoke as follows to Kardama and Devhuti. Now he is speaking to them. They understood, wow, such a great couple. They could invite the Supreme Lord. It is not an ordinary thing. The greatest achievement in a life is if we can invite the Supreme Lord or the greatest devotee of the Lord. That is the success of the couple. That how much austerity they have performed. The proof is what type of living entity they are attracting. If somebody is attracting a great devotee, that's a great success. But if you are attracting Supreme Lord only, can you imagine what type of couple they are? And Brahma says, my dear son Kardama, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me. Oh, Brahma is pleased with Kardamani because he just followed what Brahma said, and not only followed, he achieved success in that instructions. And then from here, sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with a due deference, saying, yes, sir. That's all. एवाद्य एव शुश्रूषा कार्यया प्रीतिर पुत्रकैः भान्तम् इति अनुमन्येत गुरुवेन गुरोर्वचः. We just have to say yes, sir. Two words, Prabhupada writes. Two words in this verse are very important. That's what I'm telling. Be here as a student, not as a teacher. Then there is difference in our hearing. The word pitarair and another word is guru. The son or disciple should accept the words of his spiritual master and father without hesitation. Whatever the whatever the father and spiritual master order should be taken without argument. Yes, there should be no instance in which the disciple or son says, this is not correct, I cannot carry it out. When he says that he is fallen, the father and the spiritual master are on the same platform because the spiritual master is the second father. The higher classes are called Dvija, twice born. Whenever there is a question of birth, there must be a father. The first birth is made possible by actual father, and the second birth is made possible by spiritual master. Sometimes father and spiritual master may be the same, and sometimes they are different men. In any case, the order of the father or the order of spiritual master must be carried out without hesitation, with an immediate yes. There should be no argument. That is real service to the father and to the spiritual master. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has stated that the order of spiritual master is life and soul of the disciple. A man cannot separate his life from his body. A disciple cannot separate the order of the spiritual master from his life. If a disciple follows the instruction of spiritual master in that way, he is sure to become perfect. This is confirmed in the Upanishads. The importance of Vedic instructions is revealed automatically only to one who has implicit faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his spiritual master. One may be materially considered an illiterate man, but if he has faith in the spiritual master as well as in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the meaning of spiritual revelations is immediately manifested before him. Such a nice purport. We have to nicely meditate on it. So this is very, very important. There is the only way to progress. And now we are discussing about material affection. Now I want to get rid of material affection, then I had to develop spiritual affection. To Krishna, to develop towards Krishna is not so easy. Then what is the alternative? Towards the spiritual master. And that's how he will make progress. One may be materially considered an illiterate man, but he has faith in the spiritual master as well as in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the meaning of spiritual revelations is immediately manifested before him. And Lord Brahma Then praise Kardamuni's 9 daughters. He is praising. What are the daughters saying? All of your thin-waisted daughters are certainly very chaste. I am sure they will increase their I am sure they will increase this creation by their own descendants in various ways. Oh, even Brahma is praising the daughters of Kardamani, and Kardamani is not attached. In the beginning of creation, Brahma was concerned more or less with the increasing the population. And when he saw that Kardamani had already begotten 9 nice daughters, he was hopeful that through the daughters, many children would come who would take charge of the creative principles of material world. He was therefore happy. That means they can create demigods. He was therefore happy to see them. The word Su Madhyama means a good daughter of beauty or a good daughter of beautiful woman. If she had a thin waist, woman is considered very beautiful. All the daughters of Kardamuni were of the same beautiful features. This is what happened to Kardamuni. He got everything best. Therefore, today, please give away your daughters to the foremost of the sages, with the due regards for the girls' temperaments and liking, and thereby spread your fame all over the universe. Now, here, Brahma came to take darshan of Lord Kapila. And along with that, he settled the marriage of daughters of Kardamni also. So Prabhupada writes here, see all the principles. The 9 principal rishis or the sages are Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulasya, Pulaha, Krutu, Bhrugu, Vasishta, and Arthava. Arthava. All these rishis are most important. And Brahma desired that the 9 daughters already born of Kardamuni be handed over to them. Here, 2 words are used very significantly. Yata Sheelam, Yata Ruchi. Nice point. Prabhupada says, daughter should be handed over to the respective sage rishis, not blindly, but according to the combination of character and taste. That is the art of combining a man and woman. Man and woman should not be united simply on the consideration of sex life. There are many other considerations, especially character and taste. If the taste and character between difference between man and woman are combined, will be unhappy. Even about 40 years ago in Indian marriages, the taste and character of boy and girl were first of all matched, and then they are allowed to marry. This was done under the direction of respective parents. The parents used to astrologically determine the character and taste of boy and girl, and when they corresponded, the match was selected. This girl and this boy are just suitable. They should be married. Other considerations were less important. The same system was also advised in the beginning of creation by Brahma. Your daughter should be handed over to rishis according to taste and character. This is what Prabhupada is telling, that it should be, and now also some people are at least trying to follow, they are trying to match the horoscope. And even unfortunately, even horoscope matched also people don't match, because there are many things. The calculations are wrong by the astrologers. Another thing is the mental state of people are very complicated. They are so much distracted. There is no peace of mind. The mind is not very peaceful. That's why it don't work also, unfortunately. According to astrological calculation, a person is classified according to where he belongs to, the godly or demonic quality. In that way, the spouse was selected. A girl of godly quality should be handed over to a boy of godly quality. A girl of demonic quality should be handed over to a boy of demonic quality. Then they will be happy. But if a girl of demonic and boy is godly, then the combination is incompatible. They cannot be happy in such a marriage. At the present moment, because boys and girls are not married according to quality and character, Most marriages are unhappy and there is divorce. This is actually what is happening also. It is foretold in the 12th canto of Bhagavatam that in this age of Kali, married life will be accepted on the consideration of sex only. When the boy and girl are pleased in sex, they get married. And when there is deficiency in sex, they separate. That is not actual marriage, but a combination of man and woman like cats and dogs. Therefore, the children produced in modern age are not exactly human beings. This is very uh, heavy statement from Prabhupada. Prabhupada don't mind making such statements. He's a sadhu, so he makes things very clear. Prabhupada is telling there, I will repeat. That is not actual marriage. Both the combination of women and men are like cats and dogs. He says they get married when there is deficiency sexually they separate, but that is not a marriage. It is like combination of cats and dogs. Therefore, the children produced in that marriage in the modern age are not exactly human beings. Human beings, according to Prabhupada, must be Aryans. They must be progressive. Human beings must be twice born. That is the standard. A child is first born of a good father and mother, and then he is born again of spiritual master and the Vedas. The first mother and father bring about his birth into the world. Then the spiritual master and the Vedas become his second father and mother. According to Vedic system of marriage for producing children, every man and woman has enlightened in spiritual knowledge. And at the same time of their at the time of their combination to produce child, everything was scrutinizingly and scientifically done. This is the system that happens. Everything is scrutinizingly and scientifically done. So the result is also like that only. If there is hard work put in there, they have performed austerities, the result they are getting also of that level. They just combined as cats and dogs, then cats and dogs are only born. Here, what Prabhupada means, but not exactly human being means, they are not Aryans. Aryan means one who is progressing in the spiritual path. These people, they will very nicely progress materially. They'll become big business magnates and they may become big, very successful politicians or some other people. They cannot progress in the spiritual path. That's why they are not here. Human beings is Aryans. That's what Prabhupada is trying to. They are not interested in progressing. Otherwise, you see, they are such a successful people. They got this. They got even Nobel Prize also. But they are not spiritually advanced. Brahma is telling, oh Kardama, I know that the original Supreme Personality of Godhead has now appeared as an incarnation by his internal energy. He is the bestower of all desires by the living entities, and he has now assumed the body of Kapila Muni. Prabhupada read, in this verse, we find the word Purusham Avyatiranam Swamayaya. The Supreme Personality of God, it is everlastingly eternal and the form of Purusha, the predominator or enjoyer. And when he appears, he never accepts anything of this material energy. What happens is the spiritual energy of a less vibration becomes material. So Lord is always in a spiritual plane because he is full, is in full vibration, full energy. The spiritual world is a manifestation of personal internal potency, whereas the material world is a manifestation of his material or indefinite energy. Both are his energies, you see. But Lord is in a spiritual level always because he is full. The word Swamaya. So we have discussed this also. When the chit potency, the vibration reduce, and it becomes very gross like this matter. This matter, it is vibrating, but the vibration is so less that we cannot even feel. But spiritual energy is full, and that is where Lord He is. By His own internal potency, indicates that whatever the Supreme Personality God is, He comes in His own energy. He may assume the body of a human being, but that body is not material. In Bhagavad Gita, therefore, it is clearly stated that only fools and rascals, mudas, consider the body of Krishna to be a body of common human. The word Swed, Swedhim means that he is the original bestower of all the necessities of life upon the living entities. In the Vedas also it is stated that he is the chief living entity and that he bestows all the desired necessities of all living entities. So this is difference. Next shloka, Brahma is telling, by my mystic yoga and practical application of knowledge from the scriptures, Kapila Muni, who is characterized, sorry, by mystic yoga and by practical application of knowledge from the scriptures, Kapila Muni, who is characterized by his golden hair, his eyes just like lotus petal, and his lotus feet, which bear the mark of lotus flowers, will uproot the deep rooted desire for work in this material world. This is what he will do. What he is removing? Deep rooted desire he is removing, which is very, 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 very difficult. We discussed this in the first, and Prabhupada has something nice to say about this. We'll just try to hear from Prabhupada. In this verse, the activities and bodily features of Kapila Muni were very nicely described. The activities of Kapila Muni are forecast herein. He will present the philosophy of Sankhya in such a way that by studying his philosophy, people will be able to uproot the deep rooted desire for karma and fruitive activities. We all want that. That's why we have to hear the instruction of Kapila very nicely. Slowly, slowly, what happens? The desire is evaporating without our knowledge only. That's what. So, for Bhakti Yoga, for a jnani, he has to be detached from his family, means he has to really work very hard. He has to meditate all the time. Right? This family, Maya, my wife is Maya, my child is Maya, and these affections which they are giving is Maya. I should not get affected by their affections. I should not be affected by their emotions. This, that. He will very seriously practice it. But for Bhakti Yoga, no need. We just have to hear what is told. Automatically, it is going away. We just have to serve the Lord. Everyone in this material world engages in achieving the fruits of his labor. We all want that only. Every time we always think of ourselves, how much money I am getting, how much I am getting, what will be my house, what will be my security, what will be me and my family, or some extended family. That is actually that karma part we all have. The karma tendencies, we are selfish. We think about ourselves and our profit. Jnana karma dhanavritam. We should be free from this karma. We should do pure devotional service. But this fruitive mentality does not allow us to do pure devotional service many times. We are stuck up with all this fruitive. What is in it for me? Anytime, you want to attend a class, we see who is speaker. Because that is fruitive mentality. Who is the singer? Kirtan is happening. Who is the singer? And we are going here. How many days? What I get? If yatra, who is the speaker? We want to know the accordingly. It's not wrong, but the mentality is still there. A man tries to be happy by achieving the fruits of his own honest labor, but actually he becomes more and more entangled, but cannot get out of this entanglement unless he has perfect knowledge or devotional service. Now, no need to work. Now, how much fruity mentality I have? Let me work on fruity mentality. No need of doing only for us. This is done by Gyanis. What they will do? Okay, this I am doing. No, this activity is fruity mentality. This activity is fruity mentality. Gyanis are meditating like that. Oh, I should come to this class. Who is giving speaker? No, no, no. I should not be have fruity mentality. I will just go sit there. And no, this activity, what I'll get? No, no, no. I will do it. So like that, they try to force them and come out of that fruity mentality. For devotees, no, no need. Just do devotion, serve Krishna peacefully, make him happy. We want to make our Guru and Krishna happy and focus on that. All this fruity mentality, this, that, everything goes. Those who are trying to get out of the entanglement by speculations are also doing their best. They are doing their best. But in the Vedic scriptures, we find that if one has taken to the devotional service of Lord Krishna, Lord in Krishna consciousness, he can very easily uproot the deep-rooted desire for fruitive activities. You see, Papa is telling the jnanis are trying to get rid of, they are doing their best. But if you do devotional service, this is very easy. It will go away on its own. No need to separately try. Please understand this formula. Very, very important. We want to get rid of it. No need of anything. Just devotion. First, we should. This is the Sankhya philosophy will be broadcasted by Kapila Muni for that purpose. Don't worry about all these anarthas. Worry about how to serve Krishna nicely. These bodily features are also described here. His bodily features. Jnana does not refer to ordinary research work. Jnana entails receiving knowledge from the scriptures through the spiritual master by disabling suction. In the modern age, there is a tendency to do research for mental speculations and concoction. But the man who speculates forgets that he himself is a subject of four defects of nature. He is sure to commit mistakes, his senses are imperfect, sure to fall illusion and cheat. Unless one has perfect knowledge from disciplic suction, he simply puts forth some theories of his own creation. Therefore, is cheating. Jnana means knowledge received through disciplic suction from the scriptures. Vijnana means practical application of such knowledge. Kapila Muni's Sankhya system of philosophy is based on Jnana and Vijnana. Lord Brahma then told Devati, my dear daughter of Manu, Brahma is speaking directly to Devati. She is granddaughter. The same Supreme Personality of Godhead who killed the demon Kaitaba is now within your womb. Oh Lord didn't appear. He's entered the womb. He will cut off all the knots of your ignorance and doubts. Then he will travel all over the world. Oh, as soon as Lord appeared in the womb, Brahma came. Here the word avidya is very significant. Avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. Every one of us is a spirit soul, but we have forgotten. We think I am this body. This is called avidya. Samshaya granati means doubtfulness. The knots of doubtfulness is tied when the soul identifies with material body. You see, very nice. There is doubts. When the doubt comes, the knot of doubtfulness is tied when the soul identifies with material world. That knot is called ahankara. So because of our false ego, we have doubts. Otherwise, there is no doubt. The junction of matter and spirit. The ahankara is what? Ahankara is junction of matter and spirit. By proper knowledge received from scriptures in disciplic succession, by proper application of that knowledge, one can free himself from this binding combination of matter and spirit. Just by receiving knowledge only, nothing is done. But you should receive in the mood of a student. I told you, the mood should be of student. Then it will make a difference. By proper knowledge received from, one can be free from the combination. Brahma assures Devati that her son will enlighten her, and after enlightenment, he will travel all over the world, destroying the system of, distributing the system Sankhya philosophy. The word samshaya means doubtful knowledge. Speculation, speculative and pseudo yogic knowledge is all doubtful. At the present moment, the so-called yoga system is prosecuted on the understanding that by agitation of different stations of the bodily constructions, one can find that he is God. So the mental speculators think similarly, but they are doubtful. Real knowledge is expounded in Bhagavad Gita. Just become Krishna conscious. Just worship Krishna and become a devotee of Krishna. That is real knowledge. And anyone who follows this system becomes perfect without a doubt. Now, samshayatma vinashyati. That's what Krishna tells in Bhagavad. If you are doubtful, you are doomed. Samshayatma vinashyati. And that's what Kapila is telling. So the instructions which Kapila gave are the one of the best. Very, very means who are interested in some Sankhya style of knowledge, they'll they'll like the instructions which is giving. It is not some very technical and very nice. The things he explains. And 11th and Uddhav Gita is also like that. These two are the places where very nice instructions are given. Means Sankhya style of instructions. Sankhya philosophy is a philosophic, Brahma is studying. Your son will be the head of all the perfected souls. Among the Siddhas is the perfect Siddha. He will be approved by the Acharyas, expert in disseminating real knowledge. And among the people, he will be celebrated by the name Kapila as the son of Devati. He will increase your fame. This is also so both Kardamuni and Devati. Kardamuni's son, but most of the time he is addressed as son of Devati. She must be really very great personality, and just by hearing the name of Devati will get purified. That is the speciality of these great personalities. Just in the morning, that is the culture to chant the name of great personalities. Why? We want to get purified. That's why we remember the six Goswamis. The Premadhuni is that only. What we do in Premadhuni, first Prabhupada, then Bhaktisiddhanta Sister, and all the Acharyas, then six Goswamis, Tulsi Maharani, and all the dhams we remember, all the rivers we remember, all the things. By remembering them, we get purified. You see, that is changing the, the systems, the structure of the cells and everything in our body. And same, Devahuti is such great personality. Just remembering Devahuti, and if somebody want to have a great son, a devotee son, they can pray to Devahuti. She will bless. Okay, you will also have like that. He will increase your fame. And Prabhupada writes, Sankhya philosophy is a philosophical system initiated by Kapila, the son of Devahuti. The other Kapila, who is not the son of Devahuti, is an imitation. This is the statement of Brahma. And because he belonged to Brahma's disciplic succession, we should accept the statement that the real Kapila is son of Devoti, and the real Sankhya philosophy is a system of philosophy which he introduced and which will be accepted by the Acharyas, the director of spiritual discipline. The word Susamataha means accepted by persons who are counted upon to give their good opinion. So here, according to Sankhya, the son of Devoti, there are 26 elements. According to Kapila, who is giving the Sankhya philosophy, who is not son of Devoti, who is considered atheistic, according to him, there are 25 elements. 26th element is super soul. Till 25 elements, that is soul is there. Soul is the 25th element. And according to Buddha philosophy and all other philosophy, there are only 24. There is no soul only. They don't accept soul. They say everything came from matter, go to matter. There is no soul. But according to Kapila, who is atheistic also, because he say soul is highest. And then according to Kapila, son of Devati, there are 26. There is super soul also. So in that way, there are different differences in this. Sri Maitreya said, after that, thus speaking to Karda Muni, the wife and his wife Devati, Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, who is also known as Hamsa, went back to the highest of the three planetary systems on his swan carrier with his four Kumaras and Narada. So he must be coming from the top of Meru mountain. The word Hamsena Yanena are very significant. Hamsamyana, the aeroplane by which Brahma travels all over outer space, resembles a swan. Brahma is also known as Hamsa because he has grasped the essence of everything. His abode is called Tridhama Paramam. There are three divisions of the universe: the upper planetary system, the middle planetary system, and lower planetary system. But his abode is above even Siddhas, the upper planetary systems. He returned to his own planet with the four Kumaras and Narada because they were not going to be married. The other rishis who came with him, such as Marichi, Atri, remained there because they were to be married to the daughters of Kardama. Okay, so all the sages came. Brahma did not arrange their marriage. He told Kardamuni, just select according to the quality and nature of the daughters and give one of the daughters to one of the sages. And he took four Kumaras. Four Kumaras said, what we have to do with all this marriage ceremony? We are brahmacharis. He said, okay, you come with us. So Brahma took them, but other sages stayed. Marichi and Dhritam, because they were to be married to the daughters of Kardama by his other sons. But his other sons, Sanaka, Sanatan, and Sanandan, and Narada went back with him in his swan-shaped aeroplane. The four Kumaras and Narada are Naishtika Brahmachari. Naishtika Brahmachari refers to one who never wastes his semen at any time. They were not to be attend. They were not to attend marriage ceremony of their other brothers Marichi and other sages, and therefore they went with their father. And Brahma also didn't attend the marriage. O Vidra, after the departure of Brahma, Kardamuni, having been ordered by Brahma, handed over his 9 daughters as instructed to the 9 great sages who created the population of the world. So this is many, many, many years. So Devati got children, and then many years passed after that Kapila appears. So it's quite. Kardamani handed over his daughters, Kala to Marichi, and another daughter, Anasuya to Atri, Kala to Marichi, Anasuya to Atri. He delivered Shraddha to Angira, Havirbhu to Pulasya, Gati to Pulaha, Kriya to Kritu, Kyati to Bhrugu, and Arundhati to Vasista. So all these names we have heard many and very. So Anasuya's name we heard because again there also Supreme Lord will be born, Anasuya and Atri, and Arundhati and Vasista. This is also they after marriage they show this star Arundhati, and all the great sages we heard their greatness, and we can see what type of daughters Kardamuni he begotten. He delivered Shanti to Atharva, and because of Shanti, sacrificial ceremonies were well performed. Thus, he got the foremost Brahmanas married and he maintained them along with their wives. Kardamani is taking care of the sages also. Shanti is because Shanti sacrificial ceremonies were performed. I don't know how it happens. Thus married, the sages took leave of Kardama and departed full of joy, each of his uh, each for his own hermitage. This is how Kardamuni completed his responsibility. Any questions, comments? Okay, we'll end here. Thank you all very much. Tomorrow maybe we'll try to discuss on Janmashtami, or Saturday, Sunday we'll do. We'll take 3 classes on something philosophical understanding. Yes, Umakant Prabhu?
I had a small question. Maybe thing is that we can take it tomorrow also if it requires a detailed explanation. What I say is that our existence in this material world is so every time when we interact with other person, it is only on the material plane. We identify other person as a body only, and we interact with him. This is called interactions, transactions. So from starting from morning to evening, my transactions to or how I relate to other person is based on my bodily identification. Because why I say like this? Because it is the usability factor which is there with the other person. If I call somebody in my office, for example, morning I'm going to office, there is a lot of usability factor here. Yeah, there is also a feeling of their spirit soul, but the usability factor or the false ego, the identity which is arising from false ego factor is there. No, like for example, I'm a manager in a company, or somebody is working somewhere or doing business. His usual relationship will be other person based on the usability, based on what outcome he can take from the other person. This is how the material world is running. So constantly people are relating to each other based on the bodily identification only. If I'm identifying relating some other person as a spirit soul, then my identity or my false ego, which says that I'm a manager, that role will not be fulfilled, though it is a businessman. If somebody is identified as a spirit soul and he's a businessman, for example, and he want to relate everybody as a soul only, but then what he'll be doing is that he'll will not be fulfilling his criteria of a businessman, because as a businessman he required to do some transactions with other spirits, other bodies, in order to get the benefit and in order
There
to
is
survive.
difference, bro. There is a difference
Hmm.
in fruit mentality and this. There,
Uh-huh.
we are doing our duty. Now, we give proper respect. We deal with them accordingly. And after doing it, now you have to do a business. You know, these people are qualified. If I do business with this, I'll get more profit. When
Yeah.
you are dealing with them, you have to use your intelligence discrimination and you
Hmm.
have to select a proper person and then you deal with him. Now,
Okay.
what is not to be done? When the
Hmm.
result is going to come, whether I'll get profit, how much profit, that you should forget. Now, I have selected a good person for the job. I have selected a good person for doing business. I have selected, you have to do everything. When it comes to work, you should do your best. When it comes to
Okay.
result, we are not attached. That mentality we should remove. And
Okay.
now when we are coming to spiritual level, when we are going for a guru, we have to
Hmm.
select a proper guru. Once you selected, you cannot go back. You said, okay, now I'll follow whatever he says. It's like that.
Okay.
Before selecting, you have all the choices. Once you have done, you have to stick to it. Don't go for the result then. You don't work on the how I am going to get result. No, you have
Hmm.
accepted. You use all discrimination to select a spiritual master. Okay, according to my nature, my thing, my taste, I will be able to accept it. Once you accept it, then you don't go for result.
Hmm.
That is the point. When you are doing business or anything, we'll try to trick the best, but not to attach to the results of the work. That is what is causing the damage.
Okay. But till at that time also, the knots are building, no? That we are identifying them as a body only, no, Prabhu.
No, no, that is there. That we have to identify
Ah,
the body only. That is not wrong.
yes, yes.
You will get that. See, that enlightenment will slowly will come because we are not attached to the result. You are going to gain knowledge. You are going to gain detachment. You will be more happy. So three things will parallelly happen when we are doing in this way, not getting attached. And you are doing the activity. Like Arjuna should treat somebody as enemy, somebody as friend when he is fighting.
Hmm.
But he's not attached. He knows, okay, I have to kill this person, I'll kill. Finish.
Hmm. Yeah. See,
Otherwise, how can
fruitive,
he kill?
when you say non-fruitive work, no, in official jobs, non-fruitive work means non-productive. So what is the difference
No,
between
no,
non?
non-productive. It's not non-productive, bro. Then now you
Hmm.
have to produce something. You produced. What is
Yeah.
happening means, okay, I work very hard. I
Hmm.
work all, put all my blood and soil to it, and I made it very nicely.
Hmm.
Now, whether I will get promotion from it, whether I'll be able to make so much money out of it, that's another
Hmm.
part.
Okay.
This is
But
my duty, I did it.
uh,
Now the result is in Krishna's hand. How much you want to give result? Because of that, they'll make you the director of the company, or they'll make you some other post they may give. Whatever they give, let them give.
hmm.
But I have done my best. And even if they give some nice post also, we are okay with it. We will not be affected by it. Again, we continue doing our duty at that level, whatever the post you get.
Hmm.
That
So,
will
so
help
but
us not to get entangled.
okay, this is non-fruitive work. But the ego is still of employee only, no, Prabhu. There. false ego.
That is not a problem. That is not a problem. What happens is parallelly you are developing another ego. This is for
Mhm.
Nishkam Karma Yoga. But for a devotee, we are having another ego. Our ego is I am servant of Krishna. That we will always continuously cultivate.
Hmm.
Even after some time, what happens? Even I am doing a job in the office also, we do as a servant of Krishna only because I just have to maintain my family and I need some financial stability so that I can practice devotion. That's why we do that activity. And whatever is needful, I have to do it good so that I get good money. That much needful activity I do. But ultimately, I want bhakti only. Slowly, slowly, that identity will come. And that is the reason, like every day we are hearing, we are creating an identity for ourselves as a servant of Krishna. More we hear, more we become inclined to become servant of Krishna. And that identity is what is needed for us. Identity as servant of Guru, servant of Krishna. And then this identity which we have as an officer and all, we know it is secondary. I will not take it very seriously. I know it's a temporary identity. But
So
real
survival
identity
strategy.
is,
Survival strategy. Can you take it as a survival strategy?
yeah, survival strategy.
That's all. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Then
you
that.
are given some drama is told, you play a drama and you are given a role. In this drama, you are a king. Now, while
Hmm.
playing the role of a king, you are always conscious, a drama only. I just have to act like a king. Not I am not a king.
Yeah.
Oh, then this other activities in life will become a drama. Okay, I have to perform nicely here, but I am not this. I am servant of Krishna. Even if you
Yeah.
are chastising the subordinates for not doing work, or you have to sometimes become angry on your children. All activities you do as a servant of Krishna. I have to be a strict father now because my children like. But I am servant of Krishna. As for Krishna's sake, I am doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
That
Krishna's
identity.
sake, Bhishma is fighting. For Krishna's sake, Arjuna is fighting. They are killing only. We need not kill. We just have to become little angry and we have to use little intelligence to make business done or something like that.
Uh, so there should be a clear demarcation between the false identity and the true identity. And false identity we should do with a sense that this is only a play. That's all.
Yeah.
Then only you can be good in bhakti.
Then no need to
Otherwise,
cultivate separately, bro. Don't think that I am doing a play. What you do is we just do devotional service to Krishna. Automatically, all other things will become like that only. We need not separately think like that.
acha, acha, acha.
No need of thinking your activity. Just think of serving Krishna. Other things will automatically taken care. That is the power of bhakti. When you go to office, no need to think that okay, I am doing this, I am doing. No need of thinking anything. You just think of Krishna. These thoughts will automatically change.
Acha, acha, acha. Automatically, the
Ah,
primary, original identity will become stronger and not with this.
this is jnana. We should not go for jnana part. This type
Mhm.
of thinking, na. Okay, this is Maya, this is Krishna, this is Maya, this is this, this is this. That is jnana sadhana. We don't do jnana sadhana.
Mm.
Instead of thinking this is Maya, you think of Krishna, Maya will automatically go.
Acha, okay, okay.
Our process is when should I go and chant? How should I read Bhagavatam? When will I associate with devotees? What service I will do for Krishna? Now Janmashtami is coming. What all services I can do for Krishna? What I can offer to him? What is my gift for Krishna? This is the thought we have. Other
Mm.
things will be taken care. Attachment, detachment, everything will evaporate.
Acha, acha. Okay, okay. I
That
understood.
is our sadhana.
Okay, Prabhu. Understood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any other questions, comments? Okay, we'll end here. Thank you all very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।